country rap tune.
You know what? One of the best things that I ever did, I like to tell people. Well, I ended up dropping out of college. Like right after I graduated from high school, I went to college for that first semester, and I went to TSU. And I looked around that big campus, man, and it was like it just made me feel like I was in a big old high school.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this ain't nothing but a high school that's 10 times bigger than the one I just left. I said, man, I don't want to do this. You know what I mean? I'm like, so I told my mom, I was like, man, don't waste no more money on no college or none of this. Just let me do my thing real quick and just see what happened. So I ended up spending my own money. I went to a community college called Town and Country Community College. And they had audio classes. It was the only school in the city that had live talent management. They had digital audio technology, all of the audio classes. They had music industry courses. They had like a music program.
Yeah.
So I took that. I went there. I paid my own way, and I took every audio music class they had, and that was the best I ever did.
Smart as
Ever.
you know,
Ever.
I'm a firm believer in trade education.
Man, look. And the cool part about it, what I did was when I learned how to mix and master and record and all of the audio stuff and learn frequencies and microphones and learning about all of this shit, I applied it to my little studio I had in the garage that I was making. I was cutting my hair in, and I bought all that equipment. My mom's bought me a beat machine, and my brother had a beat machine, and you know what I mean? It just made me want to just do it because I was going to school. And the next thing you knew, man, studio was booming. I had to tell people they couldn't get in the studio because it was so packed in there.
So how did you end up getting out of that space? So what was the next space you transitioned? Because you obviously outgrew that space.
Yeah. What happened after that? I mean, fast forward to when Pimp went to jail, and when he got out of jail, I think that was 06. I ended up, no. Let me back up. My brother ended up going to jail. Early 2000s. And then I ended up moving to my grandmother's house. My parents ended up getting a divorce after high school. And I moved in at my grandmother's house. My brother was in jail. So I built a studio in my grandma's house. And I'm waiting for my brother to get out of jail so we could turn up again. So he finally gets out of jail. Fast forward a couple more years later, Pimp got out of jail. And boy, when Pimp was out of jail, we turned up, man. It was just a whole nother ball game after that. It was just nonstop everywhere.
What was that like? Popping. Like being mentored by Pimp C. Like man. that is a crazy thing to say out loud.
I know, right? He was definitely, he did not bite his tongue. He straight up tell me if that was trash, it was trash. And I had to come on with it. It was just, you know what I mean? I ended up meeting Pimp. It was in the early 90s through my brother. My brother went to Lamar University in Beaumont. So he was pretty popular on campus. He ended up buying Pimp C's Cadillac, and they became really good friends. So fast forward a few years later, you know, Pimp started to notice that I was starting to get a little big in the city, rapping and producing, and you know, I did a lot of stuff with Big Mike. 1997, Big Mike took me on tour of the Ghetto Boys. Mm-hmm. So I went on tour with him. I'm rapping with him, and Pimp sitting back noticing all this shit because he's still running with my brother, and he always asks about me, man, what your little brother doing, man? What he up to? I see he running around with Big Mike. He over there with Face. Oh, okay, he over there with, you know what I mean? He just be just looking from afar. And then, you know, finally when I got to work with him, it was just crazy. I produced on his first solo album. I produced on it, rapped on it. But you know what? The crazy part about it, a lot of people think that producing all of the beats for Pimp C is what blew me up. But the song that really blew me up was Devin the Dude. I produced Anything Is Plenty for Devin the Dude.
Whoa.
And boy, when I tell you, everybody in the city wanted beats after that. Like, niggas was not looking for no beats from me until after I made that beat for Devin. So shout out to Devin the dude, man.
Country rap tune.